A viewer last week suggested this trade, and let me run it by you, see what you think. Lockett for Baker Mayfield from Seattle. That one makes a little bit more sense because it would allow the Seahawks to use their first pick, which is 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that, on one of the young, talented wide receivers. They would get Mayfield on a one-year trial, and the cap numbers, the salary numbers for Lockett and Mayfield pretty much offset each other. They're in the ballpark. Do you buy that at all?
It could. Yeah, it could. It could have. I just don't know where teams are at with Baker Mayfield, right? Like, do they actually think he's a positive in a trade, right? Because that's what we're assuming when we're saying, hey, we're going to get Tyler Lockett for Baker Mayfield, is that the Seattle Seahawks are going to assume that that's going to be a positive in a trade. They might be in a situation where it's like Jared Goff, where like teams just think this is a negative and they're not willing to give up anything to take him on because they don't want to assume any risk that comes with him. Like, I just don't know where teams are. And I don't know if you trade for Tyler Lockett, if Baker Mayfield becomes something that you have to compensate with hiring your draft compensation for it, right? Like, I don't know where teams are at. It would seem like it, right? Because if he was seen as an asset, he would be moved by now. And the fact that he's not moved yet, and like, not just not moved, but dead silent on the trade wire, then, it's kind of a concern there that, hey, interest isn't out there. So maybe he isn't looked at it like that. And they're just, teams are willing to wait till he gets cut and then kick the